again welcome to all of you in my YouTube channel Tech Knowledge. In the previous session, we have discussed about the concept of function. We can learn many things like local variable and global variable, and we have seen one more concept, the types of arguments in the function. Let us see a new concept of function that is called recursive function. Do you know what is recursion or what is recursive function? In this session, we will discuss about the recursive. Recursive means nothing but a thing which calls itself again and again. Here we are talking about function. So function means a function call itself again and again, either directly or indirectly. This is known as recursion. See, the definition of recursion is: recursion refers to the programming technique in which a function calls itself either directly or indirectly. Let's take an example. Suppose that I am having a function A. So this is the definition of the function A, and this function call itself. This is the calling part. If the function calling part is written inside the same function definition, that will indicate direct calling of the function, means recursion through the directly concept. Or another case is, suppose I am having two functions. One is function A. This function calls another function is called function B. Now the definition of function B calls its caller function through its own body is known as indirect method of function calling. So recursion is a technique where the function call itself either directly or indirectly. So this is the case of direct function calling, or this is the indirect function calling. In this direct function calling is given inside the function definition, in the same function definition, whereas here function calling is given, means one function call another function and another function call its caller from its own body. So this type of technique is called indirect. Means first it goes here, then when function B calls, go here, and then again same thing like this. Here it forms a circle. That means when this type of definition is written, means definition A, and it's inside it there is a calling part of the same function, so it will generate an infinite means infinite loop. Is it clear? Now see the definition of direct recursion. If a function calls itself from its function body, see here, this is the definition of the function A. So means this one part is a body of this function definition, means A is a calling part. So means a function call itself from its function body. This is an example of direct recursion, means this will generate a loop, means infinite loop, means this type of function will never terminate. So how we will terminate this, we will see afterwards. Now next is indirect recursion. If a function calls another function, see here, A is a function definition, this is a function definition, this function definition have another function is called B. So means if a function calls another function which call its caller function, see here, next function definition is B, inside it there is function A. Now this function A called through the function B, this type of recursion is called indirect recursion, means when a function calls another function and which calls its caller function from its own body. This type of function is known as indirect. Means there is no direct method. Whereas here instead of indirect recursion, there is a same function calling written inside the same function. That means this is a direct or the another one is a indirect recursion. For every time when function call itself again and again repeatedly, that means there is no end. Means this type of recursion is called infinite recursion, or this is an example of direct recursion. Now question is arise how we will stop this type of recursion. For this we have case. In Python there are two cases, one is base case and second one is recursive case. So base case is helpful to stop or terminate from the recursion. Is it clear? Base case means terminating from recursion, means it is used to stop. Clear? And then recursive case means keep on calling the function itself. With the help of example we can understand about the base case or recursive case. Factorial is the best example of recursive function. Now question is arise how we can say that factorial is best example. Let's take an example. Suppose I want to find the factorial of 5. This is the symbol of factorial. I want to find the factorial of 5. So means that it convert like 5 into then factorial of 4. In the next step again we can call this factorial of 4. Means that 5 into 4 into find the factorial of 3. Next case again you have to find the factorial of 3. Means 5 into 4 into 3 into factorial of 2. In the next case you have to find the value of factorial 2. Like this 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into factorial 1. Means here you know the value of factorial 1. The value of factorial 1 is always 1. Means this will return its value from here to here, and this value goes here and the final value comes here, and at the last we will get the value of 5. Means from the last to the first, means bottom to the top, it will return. With the help of example, means with the help of program, we can understand more about this. This is the program of factorial. Def factorial n. N means value. Which value you want to find factorial, means which numbers factorial you want to find. Then if n equals to 0 or n equals to 1, means we know the value of factorial 1. Factorial 1 value is always 1. But the question is arise, suppose any one person wants to find the value of factorial 0. So we know that the value of factorial 0 is also 1 in maths. So according to that, I have written here n equals to 0 or n equals to 1. Both the value is 1. Then else case, return n into factorial of n minus 1. So this part is most important part of this program, of the concept of recursion. Is it clear? Then n equals to int input, enter the value of n. Means from here we will take the value from the user, value of n from the user, and convert this value into integer. Clear? After that it will assign in variable n. Simultaneously we can trace the value of this program. The value of n is 5. The value of n is 5. then result equals to factorial n. So means here result equals to factorial of 5 means factorial of 5 means factorial 5 is a calling part of the function. This calling part goes to the called function and the value of n is 5. Now check it. The value of n 5 is equals to 0? No. Is equals to 1? No. Means this condition is false. If this condition is false, then it comes to the else portion and return n into factorial n minus 1. That means write like this: 5 into factorial of 4. Factorial of 4. We can write like this. This one is like here: 5 into factorial 4 means n minus 1. N minus 1 means 5 minus 1 4. Again, next step, factorial 4. This is a calling part. This is a calling part. It is written inside this function. So call it again. So this is a direct recursion. Now factorial 4. 4 equals to 0. 4 equals to 1. When this condition is false, again come here and 4 into factorial 3. Next case, 4 into factorial 3. 4 into factorial 3. Again, this is the calling part. This is the calling part of the function. Goes here, factorial 3. 3 is equals to 0 or 3 equals to 1. According to this, condition is false. Come to the else. N into factorial n means 3 because the value of n is 3. So 3 into factorial 2 n minus 1, that means 2. Next case, again factorial 2. 2 here, 2 is equals to 0 or 2 equals to 1 means both the condition is false. Come here in the else part. 2 into n means 2 into 1. 2 into factorial 1. Factorial 1. Again it goes factorial 1, value of n is 1. Now n means 1 equals to 0, false, or 1 equals to 1. This is true. In the case of or, either one of the condition is true. So here this one is true. So means if part is true, it will return 1. It will return 1 means this value means factorial 1's value is 1. That means 2 into 1. Its result is 2. This result goes here. It is the value of factorial 2. Now, after that, 3 into 2, 6. 6 is the result of factorial 3 because it is returning. It is returning every time. Then 4 into 6. This is the value of factorial 4 means this is 24. Now according to this, 5 into 24. Result is 120. Result is 120. So this is the value of factorial 5. The value of factorial 5 is stored in variable result. So according to this, factorial 5, the value of factorial 5 is 120. The value of result is 120. Then 120 is printed with the help of this print statement. So here we have two things. One is if part and second one is else part. If part is used to stop the execution. Means when it reaches factorial 1, it will stop. Means it will return 1. That means this is the base case. This is the part of base case. Two cases we have. So this one is indicate base case and second one case indicate recursive case. Recursive case. Recursive case is helpful for keep on going. Keep on going means keep on finding the value. Is it clear? Whereas base case is used to stop the condition. means it is used for terminating from function. So base case and recursive case plays a major important role while we are talking about the concept of recursion. I hope you know the concept of factorial through the recursive function. This is the another example, the sum of n natural number. Means suppose you want to find the sum of first 10 numbers, means 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. When you reach 1, that means it will return its value, means factorial one value is 1, then it return 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, like this. So this is the concept of sum of n natural number. See here, sum of n natural number is equals to n plus, and then decrement it, one decrement, sum of n minus 1 natural number, just like in factorial. When we are finding the value of factorial 5, then means first 5 and multiply with factorial 4. So here 1 is decremented. Similarly, when we are talking about sum of n natural number, so n plus sum of n minus 1 natural number. In the next case, sum of n minus 1 natural number is n minus 1 plus sum of n minus 2 natural number. Means in the next case, when we are finding the value of factorial 4, so 4 plus 4 multiply factorial 3. Factorial 3 means this is the 2 decremented from initial value. So that's why n minus 2 is written here. Similarly, sum of n minus 2 natural numbers is n minus 2 plus sum of n minus 3 natural number, and so on. Means when it reaches the value of factorial, that means it returns its final value, and through this it performs reverse operation, and we get the actual value of n natural number. Is it clear? That's all for today. I hope you know the concept of recursion, example of recursion like factorial or sum of natural number. Thank you, class.